What's up, guys? Are you on target with your nutrition? Is everything that you need to do being done to accomplish what you want to? You really got to look at it. You got to look deep, and just being better is not always going to get you to where you want to be. Just better than before might still be bad, might still be really bad. But when you're tracking your food, when we can go back over it, we can get in and we can start to make some changes. Small little changes here and there, here and there, here and there. But that's going to add up to a lot of progress. So when we're talking about tracking your food, when we're talking about nutrition, when we're talking about macros, we'll go through and we set up these numbers and we set up this spreadsheet in MyFitnessPal for you so that you can log it all, track it all, and at the end of the day, see if it fits in. If it does, it probably isn't too bad. If it doesn't, what do we need to change? One of the big things with nutrition is consistency. Gotta be consistent. Do you hit your mark consistently? Are you on target consistently? Consistency takes practice. It's not easy. Do you miss practice? What happens if you do miss practice? If you're on a baseball team and you only go to practice every other day, you're probably only going to be half as good. Same thing with your nutrition. If you're trying to practice tracking your food and you only go to practice or you only track your food every other day, some of it's good, some of it's not. And then we can't go back in and make changes because it's not consistent. So we can make changes, but we're still only making changes probably to half the time. So here's a couple things to think about. Here's a couple things to remember when you're going through your day, when you're going through your nutrition. Hit your numbers evenly. Try and spread your nutrition out through the day. Don't have 800 calories for breakfast. Don't have 800 calories for dinner and nothing in between. Hit it evenly. Stay consistent. 350, 250 calories, whatever fits into your nutrition, that's what you want to shoot for during the day. Remember that the extras add up. A handful of nuts here, a handful of nuts here, a handful of nuts here could equal up to 300 or 400 calories by the end of the day. Little stuff. Even an extra 30 calories a meal, 4 to 6 meals, that's an extra 100 or 2 calories. That could add up. At the end of the week, that's an extra 700. At the end of the month, that could be an extra pound. So make sure that you keep it tight, keep it evenly, fit it into your numbers. Even if it fits in your numbers. BS nutrition. Don't want that as much as possible. Don't get the carbs just because you can. Try and eat the clean carbs. Eat the ones you need. Eat the ones your body wants. Because that's what's going to help you look and feel the way you want to. And that's probably why you're watching this. That's probably why you know me. That's probably why you come to Maximum Performance, is because you want to make a change. Because you want to become healthy. You want to look better. You want to feel better. So you gotta get rid of that stuff. In your head, remember that bad nutrition, pizza, causes you to gain weight. If you gain weight, how does that make you feel? Chances are, I know it makes me feel bad. So I relate that food, I relate going out to eat and having a big greasy hamburger or having a pizza or having something that's deep fried. I relate that to pain. Pain because I know that after being clean for so long, it's going to make my stomach hurt. But also the next day when I get up, it's going to make my head hurt. It's going to make my mind hurt because I'm not going to be happy with the decisions I made the day before. But if you went to the same place or wherever you were at and had the exact same meal, but you switched it up a little bit, more lean meat, more vegetables instead of sugary carbs, deep fried carbs, now at the end of the meal, when you get home, you feel great. When you wake up in the morning, you feel great because everything you did last night fit into your numbers, fit into your lifestyle. So you're not hurting. All because you made a little different decision than you did the day before. So like I said before, stay consistent. If you're only tracking 3 out of 4 days, so you've got 3 good days, 1, 2, 3, And then you've got 4 bad days, 3, 4. 3 good ones, 3 bad ones. You're still left with a bad one. And that could go into any of it. If it's 5 good days and 2 bad days, depending on how bad your bad days are, that could cancel out your whole week's worth of workouts. If you're eating clean, eating right to break even, and then you come work out, burn another 400 calories, but the next day you eat 400 more calories than you burned, you broke even. And that's only a little bit. Say the next day you ate 1,000 more. Maybe you went out to eat, you had 1,500 more calories. That's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 workouts from that one meal that all got canceled out. You can't expect to move forward at the rate you want. You can't expect to lose 1, 2, 3 pounds of fat per week if you're 3 to 4, if you're 5 to 2, maybe even if you're 6 to 1, depending on how bad your 1 is. It's okay to have some stuff every once in a while you shouldn't have had, but you don't want to have a bad day. You work so hard all the other days. You work so hard not to have a bad day, but to look and feel the way you want to. So remember that. Remember that bad day is just slowing you down from looking and feeling the way you want to. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. Couple things you need to watch for is when you're eating out. Don't let it be a cheat meal. It only takes this to turn a bad meal and make it clean. Just this. That's it. So take that bad meal and make it clean. Watch the sneaky sugar, the sugar in the healthy stuff. A glass of skim milk has 9 grams of sugar. Most yogurt has 20 grams of sugar. And if you saw my email the other day, watch for Greek yogurt too, because it's not all the same. The Chobani brand versus the store brand. This one might have 10 grams of sugar. This one might have 4. The serving sizes might not also be the same. So you got to read the label. You got to know what you're putting in your body. Next one is how much protein are you getting in the day? How much protein are you getting in the first meal? What source of protein are you getting in your first meal? There's not a lot of them out there. You get a protein supplement. That could be a Quest bar. That could be a meal replacement shake. Eggs. Hopefully some kind of lean meat. So those are pretty much your choices. Typically, you might want to do eggs in the morning. And that's cool. But it's got to fit into your numbers. It's got to be the right consistency. So, you want to make sure you've got enough protein. You also want to have too much fat. So try 1 whole egg and 3, maybe 4 egg whites if you need some more substance to fill you up. That way you're only going to get 5 or 6 grams of fat and maybe 20 to 30 grams of protein. Just that little switch. If you've been doing 4 whole eggs or 3 whole eggs, that's a lot of fat. That's 18, 20 something grams of fat just from the healthy eggs. But when you make that little switch, it makes such a big difference. If you do a meal replacement shake in the morning, how do you make your shakes? What do you put in it? Because remember, skim milk has about 9 grams of sugar in a cup. So does half a Snickers. Would you put half a Snickers in your shake? Hopefully not, so don't put the skim milk. So now your choices are water or unsweetened almond milk. But you got to make sure it's unsweetened, because if you get the regular almond milk or the regular coconut milk or the chocolate almond milk, don't let that fool you. It still has 15, 20 grams of sugar in it. So does the Snickers. So you got to watch that, because that can make something really unhealthy really quick. You also want to watch later in the day where you're putting your carbs. Where is your carb placement? Normally about 5 hours before I go to bed, I try and cut my carbs out. I'm still eating, still meat and vegetables, lean meats, protein, but I don't want all the carbs, the starchy stuff sitting in my stomach while I'm relaxing, getting ready for bed, playing with my daughter, and not burning as much as I would during the day. Remember, you have to have carbs like throughout the day, the first couple meals. Just kind of wean them off as it gets lower. If you're going to do one thing that you shouldn't, 1 Hershey Kiss or 1 handful of pretzels or something like that, keep it as early in the day as possible. That way you've got all that time to burn it off. Don't put that in your body. Don't put that in your system right before bed, because it could sit there. And it really makes a big difference. Same thing, that one Hershey Kiss, if you do that every day, or that one piece of chocolate, or that one handful of pretzels, by the end of the month, that could add up to make a big difference, or enough to not let you see enough progress. One more thing you want to look at is your drinks. What's going in your drinks? Is there sugar? Is there carbs? Starbucks? Lots of sugar in Starbucks. You really got to look deep. Don't let skinny fool you. Don't let light fool you. It still might have some sugar. Don't put the whipped cream on top. Don't put the caramel on top. It's okay to go there, get a coffee with some sugar-free syrup or some sugar-free flavoring. That's not necessarily going to make you gain or lose weight like a mocha frappuccino. So make those decisions, keep it tight, because that, if you get a regular mocha frappuccino, the big one, you got to get the big one, that could equal out to almost 70 or 80 grams of sugar. That's like 4 or 5 Snickers. You know you wouldn't eat a bunch of Snickers. How many times a week are you doing Starbucks? So check that out. Remember that, and always remember, most importantly, remember your why. Why are you watching this? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to gain muscle? Why do you want to get stronger? And when it comes to those hard times, when it comes to Starbucks, when it comes to pizza, when you go to reach for that extra handful of pretzels at night, remember your why. Remember the pain, remember how you feel after, and remember how you feel in the morning. If it makes you feel good after, and it makes you feel good the next day about the choice that you made the day before, go ahead and do it. It's your life. You got to do what you want to make it fit into your lifestyle so that you can accomplish your goals and make this a consistent habit you can stick with. But then remember, if you want to become fit, if you want to lose fat, if you want to gain muscle, if you want to feel better and have more energy, you need to do what people do that have lost fat, that have gained muscle, and that have more energy. Starbucks probably isn't in there. Chocolate pretzels may not be in there. Once in a while, maybe. But if your goals are tight and you've got big goals and you want to accomplish them, keep the nutrition tight. And remember, it's the little things that count. It's the little things that add up to big things. Little steps in the right direction equal a big step, or little pieces of nutrition going in the wrong direction equal a big gap going the wrong way. So keep that gap tight. Remember, stay on target. Always ask yourself, does this meal fit in? Am I on target for the day with my nutrition? Was I on target yesterday? If you need anything, comment below. I'll do anything I can to help.